This week at the Net Cafe, entertainment sites on the web. Do you like movie shorts? No need to go to the movies, watch them on the web at adamfilms.com. Meet Tom McInerney. He'll help you sell your funny videos at a new site called shareyourworld.com. Spider Dance is a new web service that lets you watch TV and surf the web at the same time on shows like MTV's Web Riot. This is Scott Smith. He wants to teach you how to make internet movies, and he'll pay you if you make a good one. Shockwave.com is the granddaddy of online animated entertainment. We'll show you some of their cool stuff. Entertainment on the web, this week at the Net Cafe. Net Cafe is made possible by RonDiamond.com, the oldies site on the internet. Music and memories from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, not just another jukebox. Additional support comes from the law offices of Ivan Hoffman, Lawyering with Integrity for internet law, copyright, trademark, and other intellectual property law. And by TechWeb for up-to-the-minute technology news. Hi, and welcome to the Net Cafe. We're hanging out, as always, at the Club I here in downtown San Francisco. And this week, we're taking a look at entertainment sites on the web. You know, the internet started out with people doing research, sending email, looking for information sites. That is all changing. The internet is becoming an important medium for distributing pure entertainment. Now, one of the hot areas in entertainment is short films. And one of the leaders in that space is a site called adamfilms.com. Andrew is talking to the company's CEO.
Mika, you are the founder of adamfilms.com, and Adam Films has been around for a while. I think you guys were one of the first or one of the beginning people to try to do, entertainment on the web and streaming films and things like that. There's a lot of people out there now doing somewhat of the same thing. What are you guys doing to sort of keep it fresh or maybe keep it different than the competition?
Well, from the beginning, our vision was that entertainment's moving out of the living room and out of the theater into all kinds of places. One of the biggest being your desktop, your PC.
Right.
But it's also going wireless. We announced last week that we're distributing to pocket PCs and other wireless devices. So you can get on a WAP-enabled phone, you can also get our stuff.
That's going to be dangerous for when you're driving around in your car.
Exactly. And we already have 35 television stations, HBO, USA Networks, name it, the Showtime, it's on there. We also distribute to 14 airlines, to a chain of malls.
Okay, now what do you guys distribute that's different than, say, the other major networks that are out there?
It's different because it's kind of content you haven't seen anywhere else before.
Okay.
It's short animations, short films. We have 1,100 in our library. It's stuff by people you've never heard of, sometimes people you've heard of. We have films with Neve Campbell, George Clooney, other big stars. Other times it's by big animation houses like Aardman Animation, who has won 5 Academy Awards and has something called Wallace and Gromit. I don't know if you ever saw Wallace and Gromit.
No, I love Wallace
and
Gromit.
So kind of stuff that doesn't quite fit into normal TV programming or normal theatrical programming, but works well on the web, works great on handheld devices or all kinds of, let's say, alternative distribution platforms.
Okay, now I've heard a theory that is people's attention spans are getting shorter. People don't have enough time in their day to maybe watch, full-length movie. Are you guys finding that is a niche that you're filling, maybe shorter pieces of entertainment?
Most definitely. I mean, people's lifestyles are definitely pretty harried, and they're on a bus, they want to watch something, and we're trying to cater to that. And also just thinking about that there is another category of entertainment. TV is 30 or 60 minutes because it's a broadcast medium, and so it's by your watch. And film is a certain length because it's in a cinema. But there's all kinds of entertainment that kind of falls through the cracks, and that's what we're looking for.
Right. Now, are you finding that you guys and other folks like you are almost like spawning a new industry? I mean, are there new artists that are emerging to just create this type of content specifically?
Exactly. I mean, digital technologies, whether it be animation or film technologies, are spawning all kinds of new artists and creative people, and they really understand this new medium and the requirements for it. So that's what we're about. We've already seen over 30,000 shorts to date, and we have 1,100 in our catalog. So we're looking for the best out there, and hopefully find these new next generation of artists, essentially, and trying to help them get to the next level. So we have a great stable, I guess, of artists out there.
Now, I was on the site, I think it was last night, and I saw this movie mogul competition you guys have. I thought, hey, maybe I could be a movie mogul. Tell me a little bit about how that works and what that's doing to bring other artists to the forefront.
It's called Mogul Maker, but
Mogul
you're
Maker,
close. You're close.
It's on the web. Low attention span,
It's kind of taken forward another idea, which is that one, there's always distribution platforms. I talked about that. The other one is that consumers are finally kind of in charge of their entertainment experience. Because it's on demand and because they have a much more active role, they are really in charge of their entertainment experience, much different than in the past when it was kind of marketing would shove it down people's throats.
Sure.
So this idea is that we want people to get really involved, and so they're going to choose the script, the director, the actors, and then we're going to produce this kind of Frankenstein monster of a film. We think it's going to be great, actually, because we have great scripts that are being submitted. We have great directors already on our site, and so the consumers are actually getting actively involved in the whole movie-making process.
So people actually will vote on which script they want, which actors they want?
Exactly, and then we have a system on our site that the most active community members on our website, they actually get elevated to executive producer, and they actually get to oversee the whole production of this film.
Now, this sounds dangerous to me. This could either be good entertainment or this could be really bad entertainment.
Well, it's kind of driven by people also watching stuff that we've picked and really good stuff. And it's the idea that we're trying to put together a community of people who are really actively interested in the whole movie making process, which was never possible before. So it's really kind of a revolutionizing way to go about entertainment.
Right. Okay. Well, next time I have a lot of time on my hands and I decide, you know what, maybe I want to try to create my own movie, I'm going to go check out Adam Films. Thank you, Mika.
Thank you.
In this era of digital camcorders and desktop editing software, just about anybody can put together an interesting video. And if you've done it, why not try to sell it? Well, that's the idea behind a website called shareyourworld.com. And this is Tom McInerney, President and CEO. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
It feels like this is sort of a library for America's Funniest Home Videos. Is that the idea behind this?
Well, it's that and anything that is interesting and compelling and entertaining for people to watch. We're sort of a clearinghouse for entertaining content.
All right, but created by anybody, not necessarily a guy who does this for a living.
Exactly. I mean, the people that do this for a living sort of have an outlet already. They've got professional relationships, etc. What Share Your World offers is the infrastructure to sell your stuff very painlessly, very easily, and we take a 25% cut for brokering stuff.
Okay. Now, let's say I've gone out and shot something really cool with my camcorder, and I think somebody might want to use this thing. What's the process? I go to your site, and I do what now?
So you simply upload it. You include descriptive information. You agree to a licensing agreement.
Do I have to pay anything for this part?
You absolutely do not.
Okay.
And there's unlimited space, so you can upload as much as you want.
Big file.
Right, exactly.
All right, then what happens after that? I mean, how do the sellers find out that I've got something cool?
So we've spent a lot of money, and we're working very hard to arrange buyers for content. And
so you're an agency in a sense?
We're an agency in a sense. And so when someone buys your material, you're notified via email right now, and we're working on additional information so you can get hit statistics, who's looking at your stuff, etc.
Now, do they buy it from me or do they buy it from you?
They buy it from us, and so...
so you negotiate on my behalf and get me the best price, etc.
That's right. We let the uploaders set their price. However, if there's an exceptional piece of content, we immediately contact the seller and sort of take it offline and say, look, this is special, and this is what we think we can sell it for.
All right, now let's say I'm a buyer. I want to go to your site. I'm looking for something. How do I navigate? How do I find, do these guys have what I'm looking for?
Right. Well, we have a Yahoo-style hierarchy, which sort of everybody seems to use, and it's intuitive. We've got a search engine, which is quite powerful. It indexes.
So I can search video clips, and of course you have stills, you have audio clips, and so on.
And the compelling stuff really floats to the top. We put the top videos and pictures on the front page. So our exceptional...
Top based on a subjective judgment or number of downloads?
Number of downloads.
Okay. I'd be worried that somebody's going to steal my stuff.
Right. We watermark all the material, so you don't get it watermark free unless you pay for it.
Who are the people that are buying this stuff? Is it professional video film houses? Is it just other guys who want to have the clip?
Well, we offer a couple different licensing arrangements. We offer arrangements for commercial use, which would be guys like Real TV or America's Funniest Home Videos that want to
they'll actually buy stuff from your site?
Yes. And we also offer a personal license agreement. So if you see a really interesting picture, you can put it on your website or on your desktop as this background picture for very cheap.
Now, so you actually do have a syndication service also, don't you?
We do. So, for example, if a company is interested in having a funny picture of the week or a funny picture of the day or something like that, they can come to Share Your World and we'll provide that content as well as the infrastructure to host it.
Now, does my original content have to be in digital form to get to your site?
No, you can also submit analog material. We'll digitize it for a fee, basically cost, and put it on the website for you.
Okay, one would think with what you're doing, sort of erotic materials, pornographic materials would be a big part of this, but you don't have that, do you?
It's interesting. We've always been afraid of that, and so far we've just gotten a lot of high-quality, good stuff, and none of it has been pornographic. It's definitely something we're watching for.
I mean, do you have a specific policy against that? Suppose somebody wants to put up, whatever, nude photos or something.
We make them put it in their private portfolio, which is a password-protected part that they can share with friends and family, but the world doesn't see it.
Okay. Any big success stories? Somebody that just sold something and made a lot of bucks on your site?
Yeah, I mean, we've sold several videos in the thousands of dollars. So we've sold one of a guy's tie bursting on fire.
I mean, it's like a 1-minute video clip or something?
Even shorter than that.
Really?
30 seconds,
so you
20
make a couple
seconds.
$1,000 if you have a good piece of video.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, and it's called shareyourworld.com.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Tom. Why do we need the internet to distribute entertainment? We already have television and it does a pretty good job. Well, there is a very powerful synergy when you combine the interactivity and the personalization of the web with the mass distribution of television. That's the niche that a new company called SpiderDance is going after. Sharon is talking to the company's CEO.
Stephen, why don't you tell us a little bit about SpiderDance? How does it sort of take advantage of the convergence between internet and television?
SpiderDance is a new type of company which is basically bridging the gap between traditional broadcast television and the internet. And what SpiderDance does is it allows anybody with an internet-connected computer to play along with their TV set and their favorite TV shows.
Okay, and you have one show going on right now called Web Riot that's in conjunction with a partner, MTV. Could you tell us what that is and how it works?
Web Riot is a game show like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, but it's on MTV.
And it's music trivia, right?
It's all about music.
Okay.
So if you love music, you love all the latest bands, and you want to compete for prizes along with the contestants on air, you can just log onto your computer and actually play along with the TV show. And if you win, you can win prizes. And not only that, but the really great thing is if you're one of the top 10 people, you can get your name on TV.
So you're like infamous, basically.
You're 15 seconds of fame.
That's pretty exciting. Well, how do television broadcasters, feel about interactivity? Don't they want to get in on the game? This seems to be the first example of that, and hopefully it'll be broader down the road.
Well, every TV broadcaster wants to merge their TV properties with the web. They want to do it because the web is a new experience. It allows for interactivity. It allows for people to actually buy products instantaneously.
So it's broader interaction with their brand in some senses.
It is.
You think
It's
so?
people, like if there's, let me give you an example.
Okay.
If right now Nike can put a TV commercial on TV all about the latest shoes that are coming out. But let's say that Nike has 2 new shoes they're going to market to the world, and they put those not only on TV, but they also put those on the web. And they ask kids, say, hey kids, which shoe do you think is cooler? Now, if 80% of the kids click on one shoe, well, that's very valuable data to Nike.
Definitely.
And it's also, so they can say, hey, well, 80% of the kids love this shoe. It's like a focus group of the entire country.
Yeah.
Let's sell this shoe and let's forget about marketing the other shoe.
Well, it's already true that Web Riot has been pretty successful. It got something like 600,000 registered users in the first 3 months.
Yeah.
That's pretty monstrous.
After 4 months, we hit 1 million.
Oh, really?
So basically, Web Riot is, if you take the demographics and audience for MTV,
Which is like 13 to 24, Would that
Exactly.
be right? Okay.
They are the ones who are really converging themselves.
Okay.
They're taking their PC, whether it's in their dorm room or their bedroom, and they're putting a TV in the same room, and they're saying, hey, I love, I know how to browse the web. I
Right.
want to watch TV at the same time.
And they grew up with this technology, and they're used to it.
And they're used
Yeah.
to multitasking. They're talking on the
Yeah.
phone, browsing the web, playing music, doing all these things at once.
Yeah, it's really sort of nothing to them. Well, I mean, what do you see the future? I mean, what's going to be in the pipeline for this sort of technologies?
Well, definitely this is the first step. And the future is a complete merging of all media. Radio, TV,
Now, that's
the
pretty
web.
broad. What do you mean by that? Yeah.
I mean, whatever media you're going to get over the internet. Whether it's a TV broadcast, whether it's your favorite music, radio programming, whether it's games, any type of e-commerce, they'll all be mingled together. And what SpiderDance is trying to do is provide a platform for joining all the different media. Basically, it's a multi-user platform, meaning thousands of people can get together and participate in a single activity at one time.
Right.
Whether that's chat, a game.
Mass participation online programming seems to be sort of the catchphrase.
That's
A
exactly.
chat, a game, what else?
There's chat, game. There's even companies coming out with group buying, like you get together with a lot of people at one time, you purchase a product. There's basically any type of interaction. Real-time video will eventually be possible, where people will be talking to other people in groups over the internet.
Okay, pretty cool. Well, thanks for joining us, Stephen.
Sure.
It's good to have you.
If you want to be a director or a producer, you've got to make a deal with somebody in Hollywood or New York. Wrong. That is the old model. Nowadays, in the internet era, just take your project, stream it on the web, and see if end users, if people really like it. That's the idea behind a website called anti.com. And this is Scott Smith, chairman of the board of Anti. Can you really do that? I mean, you have the idea that show business has these very narrow gates that you've got to go through. Can you democratize entertainment content?
I believe you can. I think the beauty of the internet right now is that for the first time in history, we can take away the decision-making authority from 6 or 7 new movie and TV executives and actually put it in the hands of the viewing audience.
Get rid of the middleman here like you can everywhere else in a sense.
Not necessarily get rid of the middleman. We will still need classic distribution models for quality content. I think
Okay.
while we're waiting for broadband, the internet is not a good place to display a finished product, but it's a
Right.
great place to discover new product, and an even better place to let people vote on it and decide what they'd like to see.
Okay, so you're sort of a mini ongoing Sundance Film Festival or
Exactly.
something?
Yes, exactly. What we took a look at about a year ago when we wrote the business plan. We took at the early music sites and realized that while they were very good,
Okay.
they were not providing the access out. They were providing an outlet for the discovery, but they weren't providing an inlet into Hollywood or into production mainstream. So we refined that model for video and said, let's go ahead, let's let the audience pick what they like, and then we'll give them production contracts for their first.
Now, this is mainly short films you're focusing on
We're
now?
not sure. We're actually focusing on the television industry primarily. What
Okay.
we're looking for is kids who have a good idea to make into a TV pilot. We will then fund the
So
development
maybe
of
to
that
do a
TV
whole
pilot.
half-hour television series.
Exactly.
What you'd be,
Exactly. And then we pay them to do it. We produce it with them, and then we try to find a vehicle to.
All right. So how does it work? I've got a great idea for a TV show. I've
Yep.
heard about anti.com. What do I do next?
Give us your video in any form you want. Send it digitally or send it on a VHS and on a camcorder.
So I can send you a tape or
Absolutely.
or upload it directly to your site?
Absolutely. And we will then show it. We will let the audience vote on it.
Show
and
it on the site.
Show it on the site for a limited period. We are not an archive site. We don't believe that content has that kind of permanence in today's world. So we're out there actively looking for new talent all the time. We show it. We let people vote on it. If it filters up with quality, we keep it on there. And then ultimately, every year we award 40 or so production contracts.
All right, so if I put up a video, it's very popular, a lot of guys click on it, it's number 1 rated on your site,
Right.
what happens next?
What happens next is we will then give you a production contract. We
Really?
will give you the cash to make a 22.5-minute TV episode for us to then take around to Hollywood.
So you guys are really acting like a packager of programming?
We are. We are.
Like any other Hollywood outfit would.
Exactly. And as we refine the website over time, we're going to be giving specific challenges to the web audience to ask them to give us stuff back.
Now, the site is organized in a kind of nice way. You've got your different channels. Explain the way it's structured.
We have 4 basic anti-channels. The first channel is just where anybody can put anything up they want. We don't edit it. We do check it for,
Okay.
for obscenity. But other than that, we'll just let it go up there. People can vote on it, talk about it. Anti 2 is basically where we give specific challenges to the audience and ask them to give us something that we want, a parody of Martha Stewart, for example.
Okay.
And then Anti 3 is where we show the
It would seem to me, I saw on your site you say, oh, get your friends to vote for your film. Isn't it kind of easy to rig the results when you democratize it like that?
Well, it is, and it's a risky run, but we don't think that's going to be a major problem because.
Okay. What's the most active channel? What kind of material you're getting right now?
We're getting a lot of there's a hell of a lot of creative people in this country.
Yeah, I saw comedy was hot. You got a lot of
comedy
funny
is very
stuff up
hot,
there.
and then also sort of not erotica, but very high level imagination stuff. So yeah, we would love to have some more cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what kind of development deal? You said if I put up something and you really like it, you're going to come to me and make a deal. What kind of deal? I mean, how much money?
We
could I
give
make?
you enough money to produce the 22-minute episode for a TV pilot, and that varies considerably. It can be from very little to quite a bit of money.
Now, do you guys have the connections to then take that to the next step?
I'd like to say we do. I can't promise you we do,
Okay.
but we will have them. We will undoubtedly have some relationships being announced
Now, I
here.
understand you're actually running around the country training people how to do these things with a van?
Yes, well, what we realized was we decided that first we were in stealth mode. Secondly, we did this as a grassroots campaign. We went out to 6 cities where Hollywood isn't and started going to the universities, going to the cafes where people like this, where people are doing creative things, and encouraging them to get involved, teaching people how to do digital film processing. And we have anti-vans, the anti-vans, RVs.
Last question, your design is wonderful. It's got a horizontal feel to it, not a vertical feel. Explain why you did that.
We did that, one, for you to remember it, but two, also because we really want to emphasize that our site is all black and white. And the reason for that is we want the content to be king. So when you click over a roll of content, it all gets bright and lights up in color. And then the horizontal thing is just to give it a movie feel.
And it's anti-anteye.com.
Yes.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Macromedia is a company that develops software to let you create dynamic content on the web, animation, audio, interactivity, and so on. Well, they put up a site called Shockwave.com, that's the name of the software, really as a demonstration of what you could do with Shockwave. It turns out the site has turned into a major portal for entertainment content on the web. Andrew was talking to one of the executives from Shockwave.com.
Isaac, you head up business development for Shockwave.com, and we're talking about entertainment. You guys have some very interesting, exciting entertainment up there, particularly some big names. I was up there the other night, I was watching South Park cartoons and things like that. Give me kind of an overview of what you think are some of the best things on Shockwave.com.
Some of the best content on Shockwave.com, if you go there, is you got some of the best Midway arcade games you could find. Tetris is on there. Stan Lee with a whole new web episode that he's come out with. Some of the best interactive greeting cards you're going to find on the internet, which are just fast and easy to get into. And then some interactive music with both mixers and then this thing we call Shockwave singles, which are really music videos for the internet, all done in Flash.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of ways that the audience actually can kind of control what's going on with some of this entertainment. Is this kind of the future of where you guys see entertainment going, much more interaction?
Yeah, I mean, definitely interaction. It's not only interaction, but also personalization, where you could personalize the experience coming down to you, also personalize the experience being shown to you. So you have the ability through the web platform be able to control both what's being shown to you and also maybe even what's being pushed to you. And then the ability to share that with your friends, always forward it via email, and then the ability to interact with it in both making puzzles, making cards, maybe making videos, and maybe doing photo type things.
Really?
So absolutely, interaction, personalization.
And I also noticed one thing now is like sort of taking things with you as well. I saw you up there, you had, I think it's the Shock Machine it's called. What does that actually do?
That gives you the ability to save content you find online on Shockwave.com and take it offline when you play it offline. But the machine also gives you the ability to go back online. It's really the first iteration of this device. I think future ones, you're going to see a two-way communication, of course, opting in by the user. Ability to push down whether you want to subscribe to certain content or whether you want to specify what kind of content you have down.
So it allows you to really customize. It seems to me like one of the interesting underpinnings of this company is I guess its parent company or its origins where you guys make, or the other company makes great tools for developing this type of content online. How did that sort of grow?
You could say out of the tools and some of the best software in the world for Macromedia, we're really an accidental entertainment company, is what Shockwave.com is really spinning out of Macromedia, and it's really taken some of the strengths off the traffic off of Macromedia, off all the developers there at Macromedia, and from that we built on Shockwave.com.
Now, what do you think is the success of these tools? Is it that these things were something that people who are content creators could actually use and understand, or how did they sort of translate what is a technology into a new entertainment medium?
Yeah, but the technology was all about putting imagery together. It was really, timeline animation, it was multimedia presentation, and when these people weren't doing things they were doing for work for hire, they want to create, whether those are games, whether those are interactive entertainment experiences. So all of us have a creative side to us, and these people were really letting it out, and a lot of the original developers and the content providers on Shockwave were these developers from Macromedia.
And now you attracted some big names there. Give me sort of a rundown of who are the big name folks. I've read about a few of them in the paper, South Park and things like that.
Yeah, Matt and Trey from South Park. Also, you look at David Lynch, Tim Burton, James Brooks, Ben Stein, and then also some of the big players from the game industry, like Sega, Hasbro Interactive, and Midway Games. So it's a combination of star talent, brands from some of the gaming industry.
What's bringing these folks to you guys?
It's a combination of our technology, it's our traffic, and it's kind of the whole look and feel of the site we're setting up. I mean, people are kind of viewing us as a neutral play. We're not a studio. A buzzword we like to use is we're kind of the united artists of the web. We're not looking to own the intellectual property. We're looking to let creators create what they want to create, and we put it on.
A distribution. So what's the future for Shockwave.com?
I think the future for us is the content. Number one is going to get better and better, and I think it's going to be new forms of entertainment. It's not going to just be what you see on TV. It's not going to be what you see in games. I think it's the first thing. I think the second thing is you're going to see us go around the world. You can maybe think of Shockwave. Could we be the?
So you'll do localized versions,
like in Japan and Japanese and in Europe. Could we be the next MTV? Could we be the next cool distribution network, but online, around the world?
Well, it's an ambitious plan. I know others have it, but good luck to you guys.
That's our look at entertainment sites on the web. Thanks for joining us here at the Club I in San Francisco. I hope we'll see you here again next week at the Net Cafe.
Net Cafe is made possible by RonDiamond.com, the oldies site on the internet. Music and memories from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, not just another jukebox. Additional support comes from the law offices of Ivan Hoffman, Lawyering with Integrity, for internet law, copyright, trademark, and other intellectual property law. And by TechWeb, for up-to-the-minute technology news.
To purchase a videotape copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-310-7850. Please specify the show number and the topic.
Ancient art of a sumo, you must learn discipline and respect. In sumo, your body must be like a stone, and your mind like a meatloaf.
Meatloaf?
The object is simply to push opponent out of circle. Is opponent ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, I like this hair thing. This is curious.
Let us begin. Ready, and